Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Project Ignite's 4th episode, brought to you by Kreative Kiddos. To start, my name is Andre.
And Timothy.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hi, I'm Amisha.
Hi, I'm Yunji.
And I'm Aditi. Today we have prepared 2 simple but fun experiments involving light and density.
After each experiment, we'll give an explanation on how it works so you don't need to have any knowledge beforehand.
As usual, while watching the video, make sure you have all the materials prepared as you go. Feel free to pause the video at certain instructions.
Now, without further ado, let's start the first experiment. For this first experiment, we'll start by analyzing the principles of light refraction.
To begin, you will need one sticky note, a marker, an empty and transparent water bottle, and of course, water.
First, draw 2 arrows on your sticky note. Each arrow should be facing a different direction, and then stick the note to a flat wall.
After, pour water into your bottle. The oppositely pointed arrows on the note aim left first and then right. Slowly move the bottle in front of the note.
As you do this, it will seem that the arrows have now become oriented in opposite ways.
Now, you might be thinking, how does this happen? Well, we can see that light bends after passing through substances. This means that it uses refraction, the phenomenon of light that is deflected obliquely.
The substance becomes concentrated into a central point, usually near the center. The picture looks opposite as a result of rays reaching over each other.
Anyone can stack blocks and boxes, but can they stack liquids?
In this experiment, we're going to create a column of 7 different liquids stacked atop each other.
Ready to start? Let's go.
First, measure out about 8 ounces of the 7 liquids, which are honey, corn syrup, dish soap, water, vegetable oil, rubbing alcohol, and lamp oil, into 7 plastic cups. Depending on the size of the glass cylinder, you might need more, but 8 ounces is definitely a good starting point.
For a more dramatic effect, you can color the corn syrup and rubbing alcohol with a few drops of food coloring.
Once all the liquids are prepared in their individual plastic cups, we can start stacking. Start your column by pouring the honey into the cylinder.
Try to pour it directly into the cylinder. It's important to know that the honey should not touch the sides, or at least so that you can make the column neat. So take your time and pour it slowly and carefully. It's important to let each layer settle before adding on to the next.
The next layer is corn syrup. Again, try not to let the corn syrup touch the sides while you're pouring. Again, the trick is to pour slowly and evenly.
Repeat the same procedure with the dish soap.
The next liquid is water. When pouring the water, you'll need to use the food baster or the tool that looks like a giant medicine dropper. From this point forward, it's okay to let the liquids touch the sides of the cylinder. In fact, it's a must. Dip the tip of the food baster in the cup of water and squeeze the bulb and drop some water. Rest the tip of the food baster on the inside wall of the cylinder and slowly squeeze the bulb. Let the water slowly trickle down the glass to create the next layer. Take your time.
Use the food baster again for the next layer of liquid, vegetable oil. Use the inside wall of the cylinder to let the vegetable oil slowly trickle down and form the next layer.
Wash the food baster with some soap and water in the sink before moving on to the rubbing alcohol. If you have not already colored the rubbing alcohol, Use a couple drops of food coloring to make sure this layer isn't confused with water. Use the food basket and the inside wall of the cylinder to add this next layer.
You're one layer away from success. So again, we're going to rinse the food basket in the sink before moving on to the lamp oil. Since lamp oil is flammable, you must do this last step away from any open flames.
Since lamp oil has a low surface tension, it'll easily leak out of the food basket. Keep your finger over the tip as you transport your liquid over the cylinder to prevent it from spilling. Use the basket and the inside of the wall of the cylinder to slowly add the final layer of liquid.
We finally finished. You just made your very own 7-layer science burrito.
Let's get into the science behind the experiment. The secret is density. Density is a measure of how much mass is contained in a given unit volume. If mass is a measure of how much stuff there is in an object or liquid, density is a measure of how tightly that stuff is packed together.
Liquids with a lower density will float on top of liquids with a higher density. This is what keeps the 7 layers separated and what prevents them from mixing into each other.
We hope you've learned a bunch from this episode with our 2 experiments about refraction and density.
Comment down below what your favorite experiment was. We hope to see you next time. Bye!